Digital game sales have been increasing over the past few years, especially on console, because we all know that PC has pretty much already, it might as well be all digital by now. But as far as consoles are concerned, is disc-based media becoming obsolete? Well, according to Robert Batch, the former head of Xbox, the next generation consoles probably won't have disc-based media. And he had this to say: I think there will be another generation. Does it have physical media? Probably not. What the console looks like is a very interesting question. Is it just a game box or is it more? What's the balance between what an Apple TV is and what an Xbox or a PlayStation 4 is? These are really interesting questions, and the teams are going to have to wrestle with those. The next generation will be a whole new game. Obviously, you can't compare an Apple TV to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. You just can't. They're different things. I know that Apple has recently announced they're going to be focusing a lot more on games because they realize, you know, it's easy to develop these things and port them over to the Apple TV, certain games. And, you know, they're going to make a profit on it. It's going to be big. But many people were predicting that things like the Apple TV and your mobile device would have replaced the current gen consoles out right now, being the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Now, are they gone? No, they're here, and they are selling stronger than ever. Keep this in mind, okay? These consoles are selling 50% faster than the last gen consoles did. So for every PlayStation 3, for every 2 PlayStation 3s sold, there's a third one being sold. So that's already a lot, and over the same time period, and if you adjust price for inflation, they basically released at the same price. So people are hungrier for this stuff, more hungry than ever. My own personal opinion, I don't think that next-gen consoles are going to need disc-based media, but I think they will be able to handle disc-based media, and that games will still be being released in physical form because people desire it, even though it's not needed. People just want to have something physical or have that option, even if they don't use that option, and it'll probably be more beneficial to the companies if they appeal to that. Just think about what happened with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Microsoft was going in a whole other direction. People did not want what they were doing. Business-wise, it was not a good move, but it was definitely an interesting move as far as differentiating what the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One would become, which they obviously had to backtrack on because they wanted to sell units, and now the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are very similar in their features. A lot of that's probably going to change with the upcoming updates, the 3.0 for the PlayStation 4 and the Windows 10 update coming up for the Xbox One. Some of that is going to branch out a little bit more. The types of games that are exclusive to these machines are going to branch out even more. But essentially they become a similar thing. And I think that the next generation consoles are where we're really going to start seeing differences in what these two companies do. And we will see another generation because this generation is doing so well right now that they're going to keep riding this momentum. You know, these boxes, they built them to last. They want this generation to last 10 years. Is it going to last 10 years? No. They're going to come out with the PS5 and the Xbox 2 just for a placeholder's sake a lot sooner than they came out with these consoles, in my opinion, because of the way PC gaming is going. A lot of people might start switching over to PC if the hardware is getting too antiquated to the point where the experience that you're getting on these consoles is just far too inadequate compared to the types of experiences you're going to get on PC. I think we're going to see a lot more focus on both the digital side as well as possibly having upgradable parts that are, you know, subsidized by Sony or Microsoft, whatever, similar to a PC where you upgrade your parts. I think Sony and Xbox will have add-ons or something that they come out with every so often that'll increase the power of your system, of the PlayStation 5 or the next Xbox, and it'll become maybe more of a service where instead of paying a subscription, you pay every time a new piece of hardware comes out to get it. And you know, I've been talking about this ever since before the PlayStation 4 came out. or the Xbox One, and I thought they were going to go that route with these consoles. Did they? No, but can they still do that in the future? Yes, they can, and I think they will go that route because it just seems like it makes the most sense for people to be able to get a better experience. The games will run better. They'll be able to design games based on each upgrade. So certain games will be specific for that, made especially for that version of the system, similar to how a version of a game is made for the PlayStation 4 versus the version of the game that's made for a PlayStation 3. So I think the next generation of consoles is going to be very interesting. Of course, we're not even through this one, and I'm still waiting on a lot of things, you know, to see their visions come to fruition, how they're going to make that happen, as well as for the defining experiences, gaming experience for this generation to be released. That's what is really exciting right now, and next generation is far off and is not even guaranteed, but it'll probably happen. So we just have to wait and see how things pan out. But overall, I do think that disc-based media will still exist in the next generation consoles. Well, that's all for this video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think that the next gen consoles will have disc-based media? If you want more content, don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter so I can keep you up to date with my uploads. A link to my source will be in the description below. As always, stay super, and I'll see you in the next video.